Good morning. My name is Kevin Johnson again, and I'm the president of the Standing Committee for at least another little while, not much longer. So, I suppose, thank you for coming back this morning and to hear the results of the work of a lot of good folks. Before I continue on, what I'd like to do is ask us maybe to pause for just a moment of silence to transition into something different. So I invite us to stop, remember who we are and whose we are and what we are all about. Thank you. Well, as I mentioned in my annual report to convention yesterday, 2013 was a busy and interesting year for the Standing Committee. With the resignation of Bishop Daniel effective from February 28th, it became the duty of the Standing Committee to plan the process for transition to a new diocesan bishop. With the advice from the Right Reverend Clay Matthews, who is the director of the presiding bishop's office for pastoral development, the Standing Committee has appointed two key committees to help with that task. The first, chaired by Mr. Tom Holt, who was charged to carry out the search and nomination process, and the second, chaired by Mrs. Jo Parrott, was subsequently charged to lead the transition process. The Standing Committee also appointed Mrs. Judy Stark as consultant to those processes and the Reverend Hank Burdick as chaplain to help the work of these two committees. A brief description of the work of the search committee cannot do it justice. However, I'll give it a little shot here. After the initial meeting, where the Standing Committee issued the formal charge, the Search and Nominations Committee set about to do the work of seeking applications from candidates who wish to be considered as our 8th bishop. The list of applicants was shortened after interviews conducted via Skype. Vigorous and detailed background checks were then undertaken, and the list of candidates was appropriately adjusted. Then in early January, the remaining candidates met with the search and nomination members at an overnight stay at Trinity Center. And then the committee discerned the final nominees, who Tom will present to you shortly. I'll also tell you that in this 10-month process, Tom worked regularly with the Standing Committee, but he and his committee members have been able to maintain strict confidentiality and independent decision-making and thought, which is vital when considering biographies, security checks, and potential appointment of all the candidates. So, it is now my duty and pleasure to present to you Tom Holt, who has been the most excellent chairman of the Search and Nominations Committee. However, he could not have completed his duties without the strong and able support from his committee members. So if any of the Search and Nominations Committee members are present, I would ask you to please stand up and be recognized.
Thank you, Kevin. My name is Tom Holt. It's been a while since I've spoken before this august body. It's good to be back. It's been my pleasure and singular honor to serve as chair of your Search and Nominations Committee for the 8th Diocesan for this diocese. As Kevin alluded to, our group has worked hard for these 11 months. We have what started out as I thought, maybe too large group of strangers evolved into a Christian community that defies my meager ability to describe adequately. It is my hope that each of you, one day, can have a similar experience working on behalf of our diocese. I said this to someone earlier, I said if everybody in this room knew what kind of experience, knew what kind of relationships, knew what kind of spiritual growth one can take by doing good work for a great diocese, there would be a standing room only waiting to be on diocesan committees. And that's no understatement, and you can ask anyone on the committee who I'm sure will back me up. I also want to give my special thanks to Father Hank Burdick for being our chaplain. Those of you who have not met and got to know Hank yet, you need to. He has been making sure that we were spiritually grounded with numerous eclectic ways of worship. Is Donna Trevette here? I'm sorry. She was here earlier, I heard, but sometime ask Donna how she likes contemplative prayer. But in any event, without Hank's leadership from the spiritual sense, I'm sure none of this would have happened. Without the willingness of all the members to put aside what may have been personal agendas and work for the best interests of this diocese, this would not have happened. And maybe more importantly, without the influence and input from the diocese at large by listening sessions and surveys, this would not have happened. And I thank you all for that. Judy Stark, our consultant from St. Petersburg, from Clay Matthews' office, was excellent. She is a well-trained and much desired consultant throughout the United States. As far as I can tell, she's had about at least 2 and sometimes 3 processes that she's consulting with at any one time. She is on the move and is excellent in her work. Our work has resulted in what your committee believes is an exceptional group of nominees. The unfortunate thing is that none of you in here will ever get to know these nominees as your search and nominations committee has come to know them. We've lived with them for a good 6 to 7 months in one way or another. The transition committee will have a hard job in their walkabouts to try and give you the opportunity to know them as well as you possibly can. And it is incumbent on each of you as delegates and electors at the convention in May to go to at least one of the walkabouts, if not more than one. It's good to hear what other people in this diocese have to say. And I think it will make you a better voter. So, I do want you to keep these nominees that I'm about to announce in your prayers. Keep your parish in your prayers, keep your diocese in your prayers, along with the transition committee as it does its work and we hand off our baton. Without further ado, the reason you all are still here. Yeah, is this what time for the break? Want to take a break? Hi. Okay. In alphabetical order, our first nominee is the Reverend Mary Cecilia, a.k.a. Mimi Lacey. Reverend Mimi Lacey has served as rector at St. Timothy's Episcopal Church, Greenville, North Carolina since 2007. During her tenure at St. Timothy's, she has emphasized welcoming newcomers and outreach while helping the vestry revamp and restructure its parish administration. She has served this diocese by serving on the Finance Committee since 2008, its Stewardship Committee and Executive Council serving as Vice Chair, and is presently Dean of the Pamlico Deanery. She has served as Deputy General Convention in 2012. Mimi came to East Carolina from the Diocese of Chicago, where she served as Associate Rector of St. Andrew's Episcopal Church in Downers Grove, Illinois. And while at St. Andrew's, Mimi shared responsibility for all facets of parish life, focusing her ministry on youth and outreach. She served that diocese as a member of the Lilly Grant Committee, the formation chair for its Commission on Ordained Ministry, and as spiritual advisor for Chicago Presidio for 4 years. Mimi is a graduate from Indiana University at Pennsylvania and of Seabury Western Theological Seminary in Evanston, Illinois, where she received her Master of Divinity. Mimi's married to Tom, who is retired, and they have 3 grown daughters. Yes, you can applaud. Our next nominee is the Reverend Canon David Fath. The Reverend Canon David Fath currently serves as Canon to the Ordinary for the Diocese of Milwaukee. He has served in that position since May of 2007, providing counsel to the Bishop of Milwaukee, pastoral care and encouragement of clergy, and fulfilling general administrative duties and building relationships within the diocese and larger church. He has been deputation co-chair to 3 consecutive general conventions as a member of the Joint Standing Committee on Nominations for the Episcopal Church. Prior to accepting his present position, David served as rector at St. Mark's Episcopal Church in Milwaukee, Ascension Memorial Church in Ipswich, Massachusetts, and in Christ Church, Raleigh, North Carolina. David has deep ties to North Carolina. His family moved to Chapel Hill when he was 3, and he grew up in the parish that was run by our present Provisional Bishop Lee in Chapel Hill. He has been instrumental in forming Stephen ministry programs as well as serving as director of youth ministry. He is a graduate of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. He received his BA degree with honors in interdisciplinary studies in 1986 and his Master's of Divinity from General Theological Seminary. Dr. Floyd would have a ball with that one. Sorry about that, folks. David's married to Emily and they have 3 children. Our third nominee is the Reverend Robert Skirvin, who has been rector at St. John's Episcopal Church in Midland, Michigan since 2005. He currently serves on the House of Deputies State of the Church Committee and represents the Diocese of Eastern Michigan on the Province 5 Executive Board. He is a deputy to General Convention in 2012 and has served his diocese as dean of his diocese and chair of its Commission on Ministry. Previously, Rob served as rector of Bishop Cronin Memorial Church in London, Ontario, Canada. His work in Canada provided him experience working in churches of varying sizes, from small rural congregations to large program-sized churches in suburban and urban areas. He was awarded his BA in philosophy from the University of Waterloo in 1982. He received his Master's of Divinity from Huron University in London, Ontario in 1986. Rob is married to Sandy and they have 2 grown children. Our fourth nominee is the Reverend Stephen Smith. Stephen Smith is rector of St. Patrick's Episcopal Church in Dublin, Ohio, and has been serving that parish in the Diocese of Southern Ohio since 2003. He has served in 3 other parishes within the state of Ohio since 1990. He has served as deputy or alternate to 4 general conventions, is an 8-time reader of general ordination exams, and is a member of the board of the Episcopal Preaching Foundation. He has served as president of his diocesan standing committee and trained deacons and lay preachers for licensing in the Diocese of Southern Ohio. Stephen graduated with a BS in journalism from Ohio University in 1979 and received his MDiv cum laude from the University of the South in 1988. He's presently pursuing doctorate degree from the School of Theology at Sewanee. Stephen is the author of numerous articles as well as a book entitled Saving Salvation, The Amazing Evolution of Grace. He loves music. He plays guitar in a local rock and roll band and has also competed in 5 triathlons. Stephen is married and the father of 2 adult children. Those are our 4 nominees to put before you as a slate for election as your 8th diocesan. I do. Again, I cannot overstate to you the work that your committee has done. In some respects, I feel like Jay Leno because I'm not going to be seeing them on a regular basis after long. But I want you also to know that the walkabouts that have been planned and scheduled by the Transition Committee are not dog and pony shows. and I'm going to use this pulpit for what I want to use it for. They are the best opportunity that each of you have to get to know these people who are putting their lives out to us in our service. They are not open just to you, but please encourage your parishes to participate as well. Each of these nominees deserves our respect and our prayerful attention. They are offering their lives, their skills, and talents to you and to me and every person in this diocese. To get to the point where we are right now has not been an easy task for our committee or them. None of them are perfect. All are exceptionally capable, and any one of them will make a great bishop for this diocese. All but one is going to be sorely disappointed after the election of May 17th. Keep those especially in your prayers. Thank you.